So, Chris, when Netflix announced Tyler Rake would be in a sequel of Extraction, the fans got shocked. Like, oh my God, how? Could we say Tyler is immortal? What's your opinion about that?
Look, he certainly was resurrected from the dead. I think in the first film, in the script, he died. He was done, dusted, finished. So we riddled him with bullets. He was a piece of Swiss cheese, fell off a bridge, never to be seen again. Netflix started watching the footage and said, I think we got something pretty special here. And so let's give ourselves the opportunity that there could be a sequel. And so I was excited as much as I was nervous, as I'm sure Sam was, due to the fact that we'd made a film that had such a positive, overwhelming response that we had to raise the bar even further. And so it meant just kind of getting in the war room together, getting in the collaborative space and going, what can we do different that's unexpected for an audience? How can we make it bigger, better, and have a stronger emotional component to it?
Do you agree, Sam?
100% what he said. I mean, the challenge with any sequel is you need to give the audience bigger and better and more of what they liked, but also set the film apart so it's not a copy of the first movie. So we tried to do that visually with the look. So we, changing locations, because the first movie was in India and Thailand, very hot and very, kind of orange color. So we went somewhere different, much colder, still harsh environment. You got to put Tyler Rake through it, but now it's a little more blue and gray. And so visually, there's another aesthetic that kind of expands the universe. But also, we tried to dive much deeper into the emotional backstory for Tyler Rake, because we hit the tip of the iceberg in the first movie, but there was so much unexplored territory for this character. We thought that was very exciting. We spent a lot of time trying to make sure we mined as much of that as possible and put it on screen for the audience.
Nice. Sam, do you think Brazil would be a good set for Extraction 3?
Hey, we got to dive in and see what that story becomes, but I think it would be amazing. I mean, it's a beautiful country and I would love to work here. I mean, the people have been so far, since my first time here, but so far it's been amazing, like friendly, professional. So I would love to explore that as a potential location for another movie, yeah.
And you, Chris, would you like to shot in here?
Absolutely. I'd love to come here and surf a lot during my downtime.
Do some jiu-jitsu, have a lot of fun here, man.
Yeah, no, the aesthetic and the look and the feel to this place would be different again. And as Sam said, each film, I think we have now the opportunity to continue to expand the universe, go to different places. And for me, watching any film, I love being taken on a journey, transported to a place I haven't been before. And I think an audience deserves that. It makes the creative process more interesting, and it gives us an opportunity to tell different stories from different cultures and different walks of life. Yeah. And I love the people here. I love the food. So, yes, please.
We love you. Chris, I'm not an actress, but I suppose playing the same character many times can be exhausting or boring. Do you believe this could happen to you in the Extraction, or are you excited to leave Tyler in new sequels?
It's just like when I was playing Thor. I've done, I think, 8, 9 films, I think, for Marvel now, and after the first couple, or the first 3 or 4 films, I started to feel like, God, I'm getting bored of myself. An audience must feel the same. So we had to pivot and do something different. And that was Ragnarok. And I think Ragnarok, we gave an audience something unexpected and unique, and then continually kind of changed the tone. And I believe we can do that with this franchise as well. It's if an audience wants it, then it's our job to show up and work harder than the last time and look at new possibilities of where it can all be taken. And creatively, that's the fun. You learn something from each experience. And in individual standalone films, you make mistakes and things you wish you'd done different, but you don't get a chance to, right that ship that we had. So whereas this, I enjoy the process of going, okay, cool, that worked last time, this didn't work, let's do more of that, let's do this, and so on. But it all depends on the story ultimately. You know, if I read a story and it feels redundant and similar and you know, it's a replication of what we've done, then that's not of interest.
Okay. For last, in the first extraction, you were in the water, you got shot multiple times and practically died. What can we expect from Tyler Rake in the second movie regarding the action scenes and the development of your character? We understand more about Tyler's past?
Yeah, I think the resurrection of him in a physical sense, you know, he pretty much, well, he did die for a moment. They brought him back to life. It was emotionally driven. You know, I think part of his rehab and need and necessity to physically repair was so dependent and driven by the emotional component behind it, and the fact that there was something far more important than his pain he was going through that he had to attend to. It was kind of like he had no choice but to get on with it. And it's just like any situation when, you know, I don't know, you hear about sports players in the middle of a football match, you know, breaking a rib or breaking something, not even feeling the pain until afterward. And I think there's a similar thing with this, you know, until the emotional importance had been completed. Physically, he just had to put one foot in front of the other and continue on and push forward. And that for me is heroic. That for me is inspiring, and I think it sort of says a lot about who the character is.